fucker. Seriously, thank you. Thank you for that. Son of a bitch. Why? I like look over my setup 50 times and I'm like, I'm going to make sure everything's fine. And it's never fine because I'm fucking retarded. I know I am. My friends have called me that since I was like in 3rd grade. Pretty much everyone that I ever come in contact with. And my friend that passed away, she'd be like, Adri the retard. I'm like, that's me. That's clearly me. That's what I do. That's my life. That's how it goes with me. I was saying I love coffee. I love to drink it. When my husband quit drinking coffee, he was all like, oh, yeah, you should join me. I was all like, oh, cool. Have you considered fucking yourself? Just, just an idea of something, just, not me doing what you're doing, which is not drinking coffee because I fucking love it. I love coffee. I love it. I'll never stop loving it. I'll never stop drinking it. I love knowing when I'm going to take a shit. That to me is pretty much the best part. Just knowing when you're going to take a shit. I mean, it's fucking beautiful. It truly is. So good morning, everyone. I knew when I was going to take a shit today. You know what that is? It's literally like 5 minutes after finishing my cup of coffee. I'm like, oh, hey, it's poop time. I definitely have to shit now. I love it. I do. I love it. It's dark over here. That's no bueno for makeup. There we go. That's a little better. What kind of coffee and creamer do you like? Well, my first cup, I put 1 tablespoon of that vanilla creamer that's like 3 ingredients, like it's naturals, I think it's called. And then my second cup of coffee, I put 3 tablespoons of skim milk. And I put 3 heaping tablespoons, like the utensil, not the tablespoon, of stevia. I like sweet coffee, but I also don't want to be fat for coffee. Because to me, that ain't worth it. It's absolutely not. It's not worth it. So I have this Avon deal today, and I can't even fucking show it to you. Son of a bitch. That ain't worth it. My stupid stories went away. God dang it. I am retarded. Guys, I am. I know I am. I don't think I'm ever going to get better. Spent all motherfucking morning doing this. I'm going to have to post it on my Facebook really quick because my little stories went away. Because we've got Avon shit that I'm slinging technologically challenged. Yes, my brother used to always do all my technology shit, right? He always took care of me. And then, I got married. So now that's my husband's job. But because he's my husband, there's the honey-do list. So all my shit will be falling apart. He's like, I'll get to it. Because there's a list of all this shit I need done. Because that's what we do, women. We're like, what? How can I put my husband to work today? It's fun. It's a fun thing that you do when you're married. Like, what can I do? How can I convince you to work and do shit for me? For me. So, good morning, everyone. I love how I roll on here in a fucking robe every day. Just 0 fucks given. Just wearing a robe. I mean, I have workout clothes on under it. It's just cold in this house, but I feel like Tony Soprano. Where every time you see me, I'm just rolling around in a robe, like, what's up? So this is the big Avon deal that I've got going on right now in my store. Free 2-piece gift set with any $150 purchase. with the code CHILL150, and you get our new clinical stuff, which is pretty badass. But if you drop 2.5 bills in my Avon store and use the code CHILL250, you get a hell of a lot more new clinical stuff. So that's some of our best lines. Hello, good morning. How goes it? Ah, yes, feels good to be me. That's what my husband says all the time to me. Like, he'll do something gross, and I'm like, ew, your fart, it smells. And he'll be like, it feels good to be me. Oh my God. Okay. I have to bribe my husband with sexual favors or nothing gets done. I feel like if I did that, nothing would continue to get done. Did I really used to watch Flavor of Love? You need to understand something. When Flavor of Love first came out, it was like Jenny Jones, Maury Povich, and Jerry Springer came together, fucked, and had a baby. It was the apocalypse. It was like going into a Walmart and giving everyone meth and filming it. So yeah, I watched that shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'll be honest with you, I started feeling uncomfortable. I was on VH1. I did. I was like, I'm on this network. Oh no. I am not aging in reverse, but I'll keep you, you sweet summer child. But yeah, I felt pretty bad about being on VH1 when I saw it. I was like, oh no. Hey, let's use a little Avon on my lips. This is our strawberry lip balm. Smells good. Don't eat it. But yeah, I watched it and I'm like, oh no. Then people would come up to me and they know I was from VH1. They're like, oh, aren't you on Flavor of Love? I'm like, no, I am not on a dating competition for some asshole. I would never do that. Don't think I haven't been asked to do things. I was just like, was it that Who Wants to Date a Millionaire? Do you guys remember that show? They reached out to me and I was like, no, we're good. We are good. Don't need some guy with money who needs a trophy. Been there, done that. No, thank you. Well, Flav actually had a wife while he filmed that show. How fucked up is that? He's like sleeping with people and shit. It's crazy. Now, Flav, let's do a little rice water bright. Flav is hard to communicate with, and I'll tell you why. Everything is in the third person. So he's always been real nice to me, but after a few minutes, it grates me so bad. Like, if you think Trump does that, Trump ain't got nothing on Flav. Flav be talking about himself like he ain't him. It is very odd. It's very odd. It's an odd thing to experience when someone talks about themselves that way to you. I remember this one time I was talking to Flav, and for some reason I was like with Jose Canseco, who, by the way, flipped my brother the middle finger when he asked him for an autograph in Chicago. And I told Jose Canseco about it, and he felt bad. I was like, my brother was a huge fan of you. And he was just a little boy. And he was all like, Mr. Canseco, and wanted, kids, baseball. And Jose Canseco was a dickhead to my brother. And my mom was all, fuck you. So that's how Jose and I met. He was like, what's up? I'm Jose. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, do you remember when you were a piece of shit to my brother? That's what I did. Your day off. Hooray. See, I would have recognized you and intentionally got it wrong. You've been like, whoa, that's you, the top chef lady from Rock of Love. Oh my gosh. No, there's no man on earth worth me dating like a million different women. Or there's no man on earth worth dating while he's dating a million different women. Like when my husband and I got together, I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Do you want to go steady?" Ask him. I asked him that. And he said yes. And I'm like, "Cool." Momo, some supermodel, told me to fuck off. Who, Cindy Crawford? I am not, nor was I ever a supermodel. I was a super retard. It's one thing I'm really good at, kids. No one's got nothing on me when it comes to that. I'm like queen of the fucking castle, baby. Queen of the. Hey, I want a clip and said, yay. There we go. Off subject. What is the bed you got on Amazon? Don't remember, but I posted about it. Maybe if you Google it, the link will come up. And we just talked about it the other day. We love it. We laughed. I think it was like a $300 bed. And I got it on payment plan. So it's all paid off now. Most Midwestern you've ever sounded. Ask me about my ma, or the roof of the house, or my pants, socks. Yeah, there's lots of things that I say. I cannot shake socks. Socks. The White Sox. And it's so funny because people are like, oh, they don't have an accent there. I'm like, yes, they do. It sounds very Minnesota, but without the O. And as much as everyone in Chi-Town gets mad at cheeseheads, y'all sound the same. Y'all sound the same. Unless you're speaking Ebonics, you're all going to sound like sacks. I'm from Joliet, Illinois. Say bag. Passion. That's what I got in trouble for on Top Model. Now, when I get with my people, like I marvel at my husband's from Kentucky. And my husband, my grandma would say wash. Used to drive me nuts. Wash. Matt's from Louisville, and his family all has a little twang. It's just a little twang. Because like his mom was like, oh, I have this deep Southern accent. I'm like, you have to understand, I don't perceive it that way. Like, I feel like Louisville might as well be the Midwest. It sits there and touches Indiana and Illinois. My daddy's from Arkansas, and so is my family on his side. So when someone from Louisville who's just like, golly, just here and there, just a little twang, and then you have my daddy, who's going to take his time to get in his vehicle. My daddy, who likes to porch sit. Like, that's my dad, is very slow. Arkansans, they're very slow and very deep south. Deep south. So, like, Matt's family is not as deep south as my dad and his family. So I see their accents as a little twang in comparison to that deep southern thing that comes from my dad's side. But I was always shocked that my husband has no accent, nor does he pick up on it when he's home. And my frustration with that comes from this. I lost jobs because of the way I talk, jabs. I lost them. I was told how ugly my accent is, how harsh, and just that they hate the cheesehead, Minnesotan, Iowan, Illinois drawl. They hate it. So I went to voice and diction class to learn to enunciate and open my mouth. And I've worked so hard to get rid of that shit, so fucking hard. And I still hang on to words and I can't get rid of it. Really bothers me. But when I go home, it's like I fucking go just all the way back. I get around my family and it's bad. It's bad. Like, I just start Accenting. Who hates it? Everyone in Hollywood. Every commercial audition I went to, hosting gig I tried out for, they think that the Midwestern drawl is hideous. Hideous. All right, little belief. Aquabomb toner. So it really sucks, you know, when you're sitting there and you're trying to audition, you're trying to get jobs, and you're constantly told how ugly your accent is. Let's do a new platinum age delay. Can't really delay my age, but what we can do is combat what's happening to my face. Oh, what a nightmare it is to get old. Oh, well. At least I made it here, you know? At least I made it here. But yeah, I slipped right back into the accent hardcore. Like, you give me a week back home, and it's not just the accent, sax, pants, meh. It's the monotone cadence. That is something that people in the Midwest don't pick up, especially something about Illinois. It's this very monotone cadence. So a producer, I was filming at my mom's house, and all these people, what's up, Drop Zone? All these people were sitting there with me, and we're talking, and they're filming something, and they're all like, want my friends to react to like something I'm saying. That's like me. I was announcing something. I don't remember what it was. And all my friends were like, yeah, cool, man. Like, just demonstrative. Like, when I met Matt's family, they're like, oh, yes, oh, hugs, kisses, oh, like lots of emotion, where my family is monotone. You know? So you'd be like, hey, what's up? Like, my uncles come in. I haven't seen them in like 2 years. They're like, hey, Adri, how's it going? You know, and I'm like, hey, man, what's up? And like, there's no like huge demonstrative, like, woo! And my husband's family is the polar opposite. I'm not saying it's bad. It just took me a long time to get used to it. That is for sure. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? They call a refrigerator an icebox. Jagoff is the thing that I would call people in LA, and people would be like, what the fuck is that? I'd be like, you. It's like fuck boy. It's like jack off, but jagoff. Fucking jagoff. Now, the last time I was in Illinois, the best thing in the world happened to me. This is our niacinamide Beyond Glow 10% cream. These people were like cutting each other off over and over and over and over and over in front of me. And I believe I was on Jefferson. That's not Essington. Oh my God. How did I forget that street? Down by the subway that burned on Jefferson. Like where the old Kmart is, Showbiz Pizza, or Chuck E. Cheese's, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I was down there. So they're cutting each other off. And at the stoplight, they're like, you fucking jag off. And I was like, yeah. Oh, I missed home. It's funny because like I have friends that road rage and stuff. So this happened to a friend of mine. This is for real. I tell everyone all the time, Chi-Town's full of nothing but guns. And then you guys want to yell out your windows and be fucking idiots to each other. You're so stupid. Well, he cut me off, so I have to instigate an argument and be an idiot. It's like, you're fucking stupid. Don't do this. Well, my friend did it to the wrong person. She had a gun pulled on her and pointed in her face. And I'm like, is it worth it? Well, I was in the right and he had to know. Oh, a gun's in my face. Like, dude, I avoid shit. That's why, like, all the riots going on now, and they're riots. They're breaking into federal agents' cars, stealing federal agents' rifles, stealing federal warrants for arrests. That is a fucking riot. That is a criminal thing going on. I don't go to that shit, and I'm fine. I don't engage in road rage, and I'm fine. Even if the guy did something wrong outside of me being like, what the fuck? Asshole. That's about it. I don't sit there. No, Montanans are not friendly. They do not like newcomers. They don't want you here. Like opposite of friendly. Not like Midwest. Midwest is friendly as fuck. So is the South. Montana is not where you come to feel welcomed. People drive around with cars with signs on it saying, get the fuck out of our state. Fuck you. Go back home. Like it's nope. They fucking hate you. They don't want you here. Say in your own shit, there won't be any shit. I mean, it's not that hard. So the Lincoln Project posted this. Remember, this was ran by a pedo. He posted Trump threatening the Insurrection Act, which he'll never do. He never does it. Just like the Summer of Love, he never did it. He's all talk. It's all talk. He's never going to do it. So the Lincoln Project says this has been the plan all along. Foment violence and chaos in the streets of Minnesota. No, that's the Democrats telling everyone to get in the faces of ICE. Implement the Insurrection Act, declare martial law, suspend elections. So if this has been the plan all along, this is what I said. If this has been the plan all along, why not advise people to not stalk, riot, or rob federal vehicles of weapons, etc., and tell them to go home so this plan all along doesn't happen? It's so odd. It's almost as if you want it to happen. Hi, baby. For political gain. They want that Insurrection Act, baby. It's going to be great for the midterms. Everyone is a pawn in their game. That's where we're at. Everyone is a brainwashed sheep. And the right does it too. You go online and all the right talking heads are like, outrage, look at this. Woo! Everyone's mad. I thought you weren't political or right wing. Charlie, what the fuck are you talking about? When you're right wing if you're not a far left extremist. Dude, I voted for Obama because he's like, I'm going to deport them all, deport the illegals. They're destroying America, stealing jobs from Americans. Fucking deport them, get them out of this country. I'm like, yes. How soon you forget? They called him the deporter in chief. I'm like, good. Bye. Oh, you're a right-wing extremist. No, I haven't changed. I haven't changed at all. Barack Obama and his ICE falsely imprisoned a man for over 3 years, an American citizen. And everyone was like, yay, it's so good. Yay. No one talked about it. You weren't fucking told to. He built cages for kids. You didn't talk about it. You weren't fucking told to. ICE is terrorizing American citizens who are stalking them, harassing them, robbing their cars and stealing their rifles and federal warrants. Oh, it's a peaceful protest as they take their car. Like, fuck off. It's not a peaceful protest. No one's buying this shit. Eat shit and fuck off. I'm so tired of people. I literally hate almost everyone because either they're bad faith arguments and they know they're lying and being manipulative, or they're retards. That's it. Do I think any of the protesters are paid? I don't even care. I told everyone when they started, stand up against ICE, stop them and observe them. That's what they call it. It's observing when I take my car and I stop you in your movements from doing your investigations. Look at me. I'm just observing. It's like, you're fucking insane. You're mentally broken. Who fucking does that? Do you see me cutting off the highway patrol? I'm just here to observe. Oh, it's like, what are you fucking nuts? Are you batshit insane? I can't even debate without insulting people. I'm sorry you're a retard, Charlie. I'm sorry. I used to be one too. I broke from the Matrix. It's all a fucking game. The Republicans want all the people to be outraged that law and order is not in place. They are literally having us cheer on a new Patriot Act. The left is like, oh, terrorism in the streets, terrorize everyone, terrorize the federal agents and pretend it's observing. Look at us. We lie all the time. And then the Republicans sit there and do nothing. So it gets worse and worse and worse until we fucking beg for them to put the boot down. And then they take all our rights and everyone's a fucking zombie. And they just play into it because they're idiots and they're incapable of rational thought. Why don't we all just go home, stop protesting, and then literally all of this stops? We just stop doing what we're told. Have you considered that? We just don't. No, we're not going to fucking stalk ICE. We're not going to do it. We're not going to use our cars to impede their movement and try to kidnap and hold ICE hostage. We're not going to be hostile to people who are armed. Like, I was taught, okay, when you get pulled over by a cop, they have a gun. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to keep your hands up on the wheel and you're going to be courteous and respectful, because these people deal with the bottom of the barrel all fucking day. And the last thing you want to do is fuck with a cop after they just dealt with meth heads for 3 hours. So then I just sit there. Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm going to reach into my glove compartment, sir. Thank you. Yes, I will get out of my car. Not, why do you ask me to get out of my car? Fuck you. Like, are you guys insane? Then ICE can just leave too, and the illegals can stay here so we can continue to complain about the housing crisis and healthcare and everything else as they drain our resources. And you know what? Ignore the election and the popular mandate where people voted for this to happen. Ignore that completely because we lost, so we're going to bully you into submission. That's crazy too. When I lose elections, I just wait until the next one. And the whole time I'm like, this fucking sucks. That's what being an American is. You go, this sucks. And then you wait 4 years and you vote for someone else. It's not rocket science. I remember George Bush was in there. I was like, this sucks. And then I voted for Obama. Because Obama's like, I'm going to deport every illegal, get them out of this country, not just the criminals, but every illegal out of this country. They're destroying America, stealing American jobs, draining American resources on the debate stage. George Bush hasn't done enough, but I, Barack Obama, will get rid of all of them. That's why I voted for him. What the fuck? So everyone's just playing in their game, and the right wing does it too. I'm sorry, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, all these right-wing pundits and influencers tell you what to get mad at, and then everyone just gets fucking mad. Like me, I'll go down to a store and they can literally, let's do the collagen booster Eye Lift Pro. It's got gel, and then this is good for crow's feet and dark circles, which is good. I'll go down to a store full of hippies that vote the complete opposite of me, and I will buy their shit because I'm not in a cult. I will go to a super buttoned up religious place, like, I don't know, an Amish auction. They're pretty buttoned up, man. I don't know if you know any Amish. And I'll buy their shit and I won't fucking care. Do they believe differently than me? Yeah. I don't care. Like, everyone's falling in this fucking trap. They're so brainwashed to just do everything the politicians tell them to do. And like, when you watch Chuck Schumer or Ted Cruz tell you, oh, look at this, be mad at this, like, you're really buying their acting. They're terrible actors. After January 6th, including the pardons, do you believe there will be a legit election after this term? I don't think there has been in 60 years. So for January 6th, I believe the few people who rioted or, pushed cops and stuff, yes, they deserved a prison time, like probably 3-6 months. But they're like, you're going in for 20 years. Do. I'm like, that's fucking nuts. That's not rational. They literally burned our cities for 6 months. And they're like, keep it up, don't let up, terrorize the citizens so Democrats can win. And I was like, that's fucked up. That's when I stepped away from the left. I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. This is evil. This does not represent me. I won't be part of this. But when I saw them busting grandmas who shuffled in holding a thermos and a tiny American flag and sentencing them to 3 years, putting them in solitary confinement, and people are like, yeah, get that grandma, harm her, maim her. I'm like, dude, something's wrong with you. So when he pardoned those people, I'm like, okay, even the bad ones at least served the time that they deserved to serve. But the other ones, like the lectern guy. Okay, example. The shaman dude, we have nothing but video of him being courteous and kind to all the Capitol Police going, look, I don't agree with you, but I respect your right, to protest. What's up? He was being so cool. And they were like, harm him, maim him, throw him in prison forever, get him. I'm like, regardless if he was a plant or whatever, I saw nothing that he did wrong. And they like threw the fucking book at this fucking hippie that probably has crystals. It's all theater, dude. It's all theater, and everyone laps it up. They lap it up. George Bush threw the Insurrection Act. I think it was California for the riots. Trump doesn't do it. Why? Because he wants the Democrats to make themselves look worse, and vice versa. Lectern guy makes me laugh. It was an act supported by people who are sick of the shit. Yeah. And look at, they crushed the right. The right's never going to protest again. They destroyed them. It is always the left in all the streets. It is never the right, because the right learned their lesson. You will get solitary confinement. You will get 20 years in prison, and you will be fucking raided by the FBI and crushed. So I highly doubt the right are ever going to come out and do anything again. I mean, I just feel, so there's a whole section of people that are communists that want to topple the country. And for some reason, my old party will not disavow them and be like, hey, we have a communist problem. We have a communist problem in the Democratic Party. Like, they always want Republicans to point out their Nick Fuenteses and their stupid Andrew Tates and shit and like condemn them. But they never condemn all the fucking commies on their side. So as someone who the Democrats owed me because I gave them all my votes, I'm like, I'm not voting for you anymore, you fucking communist sympathizers. You won't even condemn them. You literally just... I spelled Zionist wrong. I don't do the obsession with the Jews thing. I just don't. I don't. I think Israel's a glorified military base for the United States of America. It's like the biggest military base in the world in the middle of the sandbox. I think it's also a money laundering scheme, whatever, to support our military. Like, I just don't care. What do I think it will take for both sides to come together? Jordy, I don't know. Because as of right now, I'm like a big advocate for spreading that we've allowed all the Somalians here where they butcher off their daughters' clits with a shard of glass at home and sew their lips together for the pleasure of men, and the women will never orgasm again. And everyone's like, but it's good. No, they just magically stopped. Like, everyone's fine with importing this culture here in droves. And then they say that you're racist if you notice they do this to their women. Over 99% of Somalian women have been brutally disfigured in their crotch, where they'll never feel sexual pleasure because the men want them to never desire another man. So they'd rather them be sexless beings, because when you hack off the clit, all the nerve endings go to the G spot. So those get messed up too. So you'll never orgasm. And then the left's like, oh, I still worship them. Oh, I still want them here. And I'm like, okay, so it used to be the left, because I was the left. We used to talk about this all the time. This used to be a huge thing. It was on Oprah 25 years ago. Fatima from America's Next Top Model is from Somalia. It was done to her. There was a chick that wrote a book. She's so pretty. She looks like Iman, where she was spreading awareness about this culture and this people and the wickedness that they do to their daughters. And it's the women, like the aunts and the mom will be like, oh, you have to hack yourself up or no man will love you. Come on, little 8-year-old girl, chop, chop. And we import Somalians in here by the tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands. We're bringing that culture here, and they've done nothing to prove that they're done doing it. Nothing. How is that culture in any way compatible with here? You would think that both sides would come together and be like, this is a monstrosity. Instead, in Minnesota, they're like, protect them. Make sure they keep hacking off the clits of their daughters. Don't deport our wonderful and beloved human rights violators of women's sexual bits. Keep them here. Allow them to keep doing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then someone's like, well, they just made it illegal in Somalia a few years ago. So's being a pirate. How's that working out? Anyone? Can anyone tell me how being a pirate is illegal? How that works out for Somalia? Sounds like they really listen to that. So I don't know how we come together, because it used to be that both sides would be like, oh, this is horrid. We need to both come together about this because it's so bad. So I saw this. It's a video of a protester who got sprayed in the face, or a rioter. And, you know, they're suffering because they got pepper sprayed. And someone said, did you vote for this? Now, here's the thing. I said, if I don't want riot control bothering me, I just avoid riots. Specifically, riots that have been breaking into federal agents' vehicles and robbing them of rifles and warrants. It's amazing how that keeps you safe. It's amazing how this won't happen to you if you don't fuck with federal agents. I think I should write a book. It prevents them from experiencing sexual pleasure at all, because the clitoris, all the nerve endings are attached to the G-spot. So they hack off the clitoris, which damages all the nerve endings, damages the G-spot. The men, the Muslim men, do not want the women to desire another man. And then they take the lips of the vagina and they sew them up, and they poke just a tiny little hole for urine and blood to come out. And then before their wedding night, the men have them hack open the slit, the hole, whatever's left, so that they can enjoy themselves in the very tight vagina. And all the liberals are like, we want that here. Yay. Oh my God, we're so diverse. We love this. Bring it. Yes. And we can't come together as independents, liberals, far left, far right, all conservatives. We can't come together and say these people shouldn't be welcome here until they prove for at least 20 years in their country that they don't do this. Instead, we invite them by droves. They do it underground and get caught, and they rob our country blind. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's so good. Just hack up your daughters. Make sure she's 6 years old. Hacky, hacky, hacky. That one politician, is it Ilhan Omar? The likelihood of her having it done to her is 99.2%. She probably has no bits and pieces down there, just a hole. Who is my sister-in-law? Windy City. Are you talking about Anne? It's barbaric. They are literal barbarians. And then you're told you're racist or bad for saying it. And it used to be that in America, we could recognize that a culture that does this, and they do it in Syria and Egypt too. It is a Muslim-based belief for the genital mutilation of women. It's not a circumcision. It's not like trimming the lips. It is a brutal mutilation of downstairs. And if you notice it, you're the bad person. Yeah, Iman used to talk about this. And now you're a bad person if you notice it. So to me, when people are like, well, how do you know they all do it? Blah, blah, blah. To me, that's like after we defeated the Nazis, being like, hey, we're going to import 10,000 Germans that worked for the Nazi party. We're going to put them in Minnesota. But one or two of them might not be Nazis at heart. They don't know better. They didn't know better. They didn't know that the Jews weren't bad. Like, that was their culture. How would they know different? So just invite them here, and we'll just hope that they stop, you know, hating Jews and wanting to do bad things to Jews, and we'll be fine. Like, when you hear the argument about other people, you realize how fucking stupid it is. And that's how I feel hopeless about us all coming together. When, I mean, oh, cool, Windy City Burns, small world. I love her. That is essentially the, I guess, the hot button issue that I know we can never come together is when people are defending something like that. Because you would think there's absolutely no defense for a culture of people who did that. None. You would think that everyone would collectively come together and be like, we don't want a single Somalian immigrant unless they have been so vetted as someone just trying to escape a culture that does this to their daughters. They do it with a shard of glass in their village. And all the women do it too. They pressure their daughters at like 8 years old. Like, you need to do this. You'll never get married. We need to hack it off. Like, this is their culture. And then everyone's like, well, when they come here, Harry Potter spells fall down from the sky and suddenly they don't do it. They're probably doing it in their basements. I know Operation Paperclip. I'm talking about tens of thousands of Nazis. You hear what I'm saying? And then thinking that Americans would defend the Nazis that we imported. Well, they didn't know any better. Well, they stopped being Nazis. No, that's not how it would work. Americans would be like, no, they got to prove for a while they ain't Nazis before we let you in. But here in America, you don't have to prove at all that you're done harming women. You're just invited right in. So riddle me that. And then you're a bad person if you speak out about it. And again, this used to be a hot button issue for Democrats because I used to be one. In the early 2000s, late 90s, they were all talking about the monstrosities of the Somalian culture and the horrors that befall women in it. And now they like simp for them, and women are stalking ICE agents trying to deport them and hindering their movement with their vehicles and shit. Like, that's what they're protecting, is this community. And that's terrifying. Like, nurses and doctors in Minnesota are reporting that women are coming in, women who were born here in America, but are mutilated down there. And they see it. Like, this one nurse is like, hey, to me, she's like, I work at this hospital. I'm not going to say where. She's like, the first one I saw, she's like, this woman came in to give birth. She's like, I thought I was looking at a Barbie doll. Everything's gone. Everything's gone. She's like, it's just a hole. It's all gone. Like, it's completely butchered off. And everyone's like, we love that in America. Oh, don't deport them. We want them here. Keep chopping your daughters. Stay here. We love this culture. Oh, it's so diverse. Are you Brazilian? Welcome. Come on in, Brazilians. Nigerian? Cool. Come on in. I'm cool with that. Are you from a place that doesn't do this to women in droves? Like, literally almost the entire... Come on in, baby. Come on in. So you can't say I'm racist. I am prejudiced against cultures that do this to women. Absolutely. Look at me. But now you know that we can't all come together, because right now the left is defending this and making excuses based on nothing, based on no proof that they stopped. They just assume that they did. Yep, Oprah covered this in the 90s. That's right. She told everyone about it. They're not assimilating either. They're staying there. So they're still practicing this. This is their religion. This is their religion. So this is what everyone's protecting. So I don't have very much hope for America. I don't. And I'm sorry. I wish I did. I really do. I wish I did. But I've kind of lost all of it. Because what I'm seeing is because of tribalism, because the people in Minnesota don't want to be wrong. They want to be right. So to accept that they're protecting a culture that does this monstrosity, this barbaric practice to women, would be to be like, hey, we're wrong. We're not on the right side of this. Like, we should not have imported people without vetting them properly to see if they're not part of this. Like, this is not a culture of people we import in mass. That's not healthy for this country with how we treat women. It's not a good thing, but that's not what people do. Instead, they defend it. Let's see. I want to see if I have this eyeshadow because I want to wear it. Yeah, we're screwed. So that's my belief of us coming together. It's not going to happen. If we can't come together on we should not welcome people that do this to their women, there is absolutely no hope for us. They're importing them strictly for votes. Yes. And then they're robbing our country of billions of dollars, and they keep getting caught hacking up the vaginas of their women here, and then they run cover for them. It's fucking crazy to me. Hi, Lenny. Oprah not cool anymore. Was she ever? So I'm going to use this. Oprah's so rich. She's not human anymore. I'm going to use the Siren palette. Little green, little brown. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to look beautiful. I'm going to try. I don't always. AdrianCurry.com if you'd like to shop with me. Oprah is a rapist. Oprah is irrelevant now. Women are on a road to becoming second-class citizens. They want to import men. The patriarchy they complain about here, they are literally importing droves of men who would gleefully stand on their throats to keep them down. It's I don't think you can say the S word, but it reminds with suicidal empathy and compassion. It has been weaponized against Western women, where they are so feverishly trying to be inclusive that they are welcoming cultures of men who would do anything to keep them home, completely covered up, and shut the fuck up. It's crazy to me. Like, to me, there's just certain cultures, they're not compatible. And it doesn't make, like, I'm not compatible with a culture that butchers a woman's crotch. Maybe you are, and good for you if you are. I mean, I question your humanity, but, you know, I'm just not compatible with it. So I don't want that here at all. And it doesn't make me a bad person. How about our female athletes, from young girls all the way through the Olympics, that are being forced to compete? They're not being forced to compete against men. They're willfully doing it. There's no medication that changes your superior bone structure. There is no amount of synthetic hormones that change your lung capacity, which puts oxygen in your bloodstream, which makes you a superior athlete. You can't change that with pills. You cannot change your superior tendons or ligaments with pills. Zero research shows those change. So you're literally going up against a super athlete and you aren't good enough. And then you make the choice to go against them because you're too cowardly to say no. I don't feel bad for you. Even if I train my whole life, I'd be like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to get my ass handed to me. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. So I don't do unfair things. When they invent a procedure that changes a biological man's entire skeleton to weaken the skeleton to be like a woman's, when they invent a procedure that weakens the ligaments and tendons to be as weak as a woman, and to shrink the lungs, maybe we'll do a lung reduction so that your bloodstream gets the same amount of oxygen as a woman, then game on. Yeah, I know Obama defending deportation. I voted for him twice. He was nicknamed the deporter in chief. He deported fucking everyone. And he wasn't just like, just the criminals. He was like, every single illegal, all of them, get them out. And I was like, you got my vote. He's like, they're bogging down the system. The housing issue, the reason everything costs so much money is we literally have millions of people who aren't putting into the system and they're sucking off of it. There would be no housing shortage or crisis, and it wouldn't cost us much for housing if we didn't have millions upon millions of people who were not legal. The healthcare would go down, down, down. No one wants to talk about it if there wasn't a bunch of people sucking off the systems. Bernie said immigration drives down wages years ago. Bernie Sanders totally was like, this is a terrible thing. Terrible. I know. Obama deported way more people because sanctuary cities like Chicago worked with him. They're like, here's where all the illegals are. They didn't release criminals and keep it from ICE out of prisons. And that's what these cities are doing today. They're releasing felons and hiding it from ICE. Whereas back then, CNN did a ride along and it showed them busting them because the city officials were working with ICE. So it just shows you they pick and choose. So they chose not to work with Trump so that they can work a narrative of bad optics. And then they cheer on all these soccer moms and shit. Everyone knows it's a lie to call it a protest. They call it observing ICE. You're stalking federal agents. You're hindering their movements. And you're trying to stop federal operations. That is not protesting, and you know it. You know you're not being honest. And Democrat politicians want this because the more people that get hurt, the more they get to weaponize against the other party. And I'm sorry, but Republicans do this shit too. They're literally letting riots go on and on and on to try to make the other party look bad. That's why the Summer of Love happened. And I was like, what the fuck is Trump doing? End this shit. And he didn't. Because, optics, it makes Democrats look bad. And everyone's like, well, they would call him a dictator. What's new? It's all a game. And you guys are all following it. They're doxing federal agent families and harassing them. Yes. And then people are like, well, in Obama's time, they didn't wear masks. In Obama's time, the news didn't tell you that they were the Gestapo of Nazi Germany. And they didn't unleash you onto them. 55 illegals died under ICE's care under Obama. One man, a U.S. citizen, was detained for over 3 years because of system errors, and you weren't told to care. And he wasn't the only one, but over 3 years. Imagine serving over 3 years as a U.S. citizen, and then everyone would be like, but Obama did it the right way. Did he? Like, he put kids in cages. That's right. And that's why I'm like, it's all a game on both sides. It's all a game. Like everything Ted Cruz says is a fucking lie and it's meant to piss everyone off. And all they do is pit us against each other. It's a chess game and we're the pawns. And then everybody runs around playing the game. Everyone protesting, rioting in the streets of Minnesota, you're playing right into their fucking hands, dude. If you all sat at home, nothing would be happening. They're disappearing brown people from the streets. Can I ask you something? What do you think the percentage of illegal Swedish people are here? Or Polish people? Or Russian? We all know that illegal immigrants come here from where? Latin America. Is there a massive populace of pale-skinned Latin Americans? No. So then they said they're targeting people with brown skin. Are there a ton of fucking Danish people down there that I don't know about? It's disingenuous. You're lying. They're all lying. All sides are lying. They're using us to destroy our country, to make each other look bad. It's so fucking annoying. And everyone buys into it. And then you just have Trump, I'm going to do the Insurrection Act. No, you're fucking not. If he does it, I'll eat my words. No, you're not. You didn't do it for the Summer of Love, and you ain't going to do it now. And you know damn well when that lady, the communist disruptor of ICE, the observer, you know when she got shot, that all the Democratic politicians literally wet their panties with joy. Oh my God, they had their political weapon. They egged on the populace, they're useful idiots, over and over and over, knowing damn well they were putting everyone in danger. And they kept saying, oh, these protests are so good, trying to get more and more people to go do it so that someone would get hurt so they could politically weaponize them. She is a martyr for a political narrative. That's it. It's sad. There we go. Like January 6th, if I was at the head of that mob of people that started yelling and smashing things, I would have just fucking left. I've been like, clear as day what this is. Bye. Peace. See ya. This ain't rocket science, baby. We all know what they're trying to do here. And yes, I've seen all the videos and I'm quite aware that on the other side of the building, there was all these clueless people that had absolutely no idea what was happening. Like one lady, the riot had been done for 2 hours. And this lady, like the doors were open and stuff. So I think her and her friends just walked in. We're like, oh, they have it on video camera. They're just like, oh, it's the Capitol. It's really pretty in here. Cool. And Biden's DOJ crushed them as if they were like insurrectionists. Just imagine it's 2 hours after a riot that's done. No one's there. Everything's cleared out. And you're like, oh, look at this. Hey, the Capitol doors are open. You just walk up the stairs and nobody's there. And you go in, there's velvet ropes and they're like taking pictures. Like, this is pretty. Imagine being them. Oh my gosh, like that makes me so sad for them. So yeah, there's just a bunch of idiots on both sides playing into the fucking chess game. And there are people on both sides that no matter what you say, no matter what evidence you have, they say it's fake. No matter what. No matter fucking what. They are so set in their beliefs that they will sacrifice looking sane in any way to be right. They will never admit a wrong. Like, I have to admit I'm wrong all the time. I thought Barack Obama was a great guy. I voted for him twice. I have to admit, he was just a really amazing liar. I'm sorry. He just was. I thought the Democratic Party was like fighting for my rights and shit. I'm like, no, they just say words. Especially when they could have codified Roe versus Wade and didn't do it so they could fundraise off everyone's fucking rage. They let it lapse. They let Republicans do what they knew Republicans were going to do to outrage everyone. They're not working for you. They fucking hate you. So when they tell you to go do something, do the opposite. If you are told to be outraged about something and let your voices be heard, have a seat on the couch and scratch your balls. It's way better. You know what I mean? It's way better. What's my thoughts on Roe versus Wade? Well, I think it's a touchy subject. I think Democrats' stance on safe, legal, and rare was a good stance back in the day. I know every person I know that had an abortion did it as birth control, and I know a lot. I'm not judging my friends, but I know a lot, and that's sad. Like, I don't know, get an IUD or something. They don't cost that much money. Like, do something other than that, but that's what people are doing. But that's my own opinion. But what I do know is that Democrats who pretend that Roe versus Wade should have been some law, they could have made it one. They had all the power. They had all the resources and all the ability to codify Roe versus Wade and make it into law. And they didn't do it because they fucking lied to you and they're not for you and they hate you. They just want your money. They raised so much money by not doing what they were supposed to do for you. They all got together and they said, hey, let's make sure the Republicans overturn this because we'll make all this money off these idiots. They're so stupid. They'll just give us all their money. They'll be so outraged. And then we can weaponize that this happened and we'll have so much profit. That's right, the living well. So much profit. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. He pardoned the entire J6 committee. Innocent people don't need pardons. It's all fucking bullshit. I mean, everything they do, everything they say is such bullshit. You've got the Trump simps that won't admit that he does anything wrong ever, which, you know, I think that's bullshit. Okay, I think Tim Pool said it best. When it comes to Epstein, Dan Bongino, Trump, all of them, they could have just been like, we're working on it, man. We'll let you know. No fanfare, no influencers with binders, none of this shit. No, oh, he ended himself. None of that. Just be like, yeah, we're working on it. And literally just keep buying time until there's no time. The way they handled it was so bad. Well, both sides are so gone. There is a cult on both sides. There's a fucking cult. It is a cult. It is a cult. That's it. That's all. It's a cult. It's sad. All right. How about a little eyeliner? Little Glimmer Sticks cream eyeliner. Like for me, and I'll just share this with you. I hear Donald Trump talk about how we're in a golden age all the time. I'm clipping coupons to grocery shop. I am paying attention to what I am spending. Bro, this is not a golden age for anyone who is not wealthy. So every time he says it, I'm like, can you shut the fuck up? How stupid do you have to be? You can say that when we start financially doing well. That would make sense. It might be a golden age for people on Wall Street, but honestly, I don't have any stock in anything. That's a rich people game. I don't have fucking stock. I don't care how the stock market's doing. I mean, I have a 401k and that's it. That I started when I was like 20 years old and put into because I don't have a retirement unless I do. Stop saying it's the fucking golden age, butthole. No one feels that way. And then I say that and the MAGA people get so mad at me. I'm like, dude, I'm not sucking this guy's balls just because he says a funny thing here and there. Or he says a couple things I like on this day or that day. It's like, no, dude. Like, I don't worship politicians. It's not what I'm going to do, man. It feels a hell of a lot better not to. But I think a lot of people lost that memo of like, yo, maybe we shouldn't worship politicians. Maybe that would be better for him and his ballroom friends, not for us peasants. Yeah. But Biden did the same thing. Oh, it's better than ever. I'm like, for you and your rich friends. Donnie pisses me off when he gloats about the economy. It's going to be at least 2 years before we see his plans take effect. Yeah, and until they do, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I heard about the medical insurance thing. And we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Like, I reserve my thoughts on it until... The 401k thing is going to be a joke when it's our time to collect. Oh, yeah. Like Social Security and stuff. Like right now, all the boomers that are getting it, it's our tax dollars going in. We're never going to get any. We're never going to have Social Security. It's never, ever going to happen for us. The coffers are empty. I always liken it to this. Remember, what do you call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's a Wonderful Life when he's in the bank, right? And he's like, hey, there's a crisis. There's a crash. And he races to the bank instead of going on his honeymoon because the bank has crashed and everyone's coming in demanding their money. And Jimmy Stewart explains to them, but your money's not here, see? We invested it, see? There's no money here, see? Right? That's what's kind of happened here. There's no money for Social Security. There's no money for Medicaid. There's not a dime. But no one wants to hear the truth. And the truth is you're now going to have to rob your children and your children's children for you to get your payout. And they will be fucked. I mean, we don't have the money. We haven't. That is a system that was built on people breeding and having kids, and people did not have children. The propaganda told you not to have children. They literally vilified being a mother, all this stuff. We're trying to get moms to go to work. Everyone looked down on having kids. Well, how'd that work out for you? That's why they're pouring in all the slave labor, because they're like, oh, fuck. We really did a number on ourselves with this Davos, zero population growth bullshit. This is looking good, by the way. I'm really liking that. Feminism was started by a man. Of course it was. Feminism is toxic as fuck. I used to think I was a feminist. I was an idiot. Oh, Biden had 4 years to destroy everything in this country, yet you want everything fixed in 2 seconds. Isabel, I have the right to criticize every politician. Each president in office, I want to do well. Even the ones I don't like. I didn't like Biden. I wanted him to do well because that means America does well. So when a president says or does something that's not good, like Trump talking about this being the golden age when most of us are living paycheck to paycheck, then I'm going to say, yo, that's really tone deaf to most your constituents that aren't rich. And what's weird is people get mad. Because I don't know, it's like Trump has a spell on people where you're not allowed to say, hey, what you just said is stupid. I don't live in that world. I remember Biden would have a speech and all my friends were like, did you watch it? And they'd be all outraged. I'm like, no, I don't like him. So why would I sit there and get myself all worked up and mad watching him talk and shit on half the country? Why? I'm not doing that. I'm just going to, have a good day. That's what I would do instead. It really worked out too. Because I knew people who were like, oh my God, Biden, he was so amazing. And then some people were like, oh, everything he said was bad. And then I was just like, well, I just didn't pay attention and I'm fine. I'm not happy he won. So I'll just wait until the next election because this is America. I'm not going to protest in the streets. I'm not going to do none of it. That's it. You're right. No other countries like America. I just think Agenda 2030 is coming, man, no matter what we do. Do I want to believe that Trump and friends are going to free us from the global communism that's incoming? It's a wonderful story, and that sounds wonderful. It sounds great. It really does. All you cute people in this shit, that sounds wonderful. Real good. Do I believe it? I mean, do I believe people mean well by me that are surrounding me in the middle of the woods? I just don't trust anyone. That's where I'm coming from. There's no one in there that I trust. I don't trust people. And you have to earn the benefit of my doubt. Really earn it. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll trust you. But until then, no offense, but fuck off. It'd be great. No, I don't throw myself in front of federal vehicles blowing a whistle, and I don't back talk to cops and stuff. And I'm not a bootlicker because I won't use my woman arms. Hey, I'm going to get a federal agent. Look at me. Oh, an armed federal agent. Look at me. No, dude, I'm not a fucking idiot. I don't think all federal agents are good, but I actually value my safety. I value my body not being harmed. I value myself. So I literally am like, okay, if a cop does me dirty, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to comply. They're going to arrest me. Here's my arms behind my back. Let's do this. And I'm going to fight it later. I'm not going to fight it in the moment because you're just escalating things. All I see is people escalate. Fuck you, ICE. We're going to catch you. It's like, what are you fucking doing? Are you a moron? Holy shit. Zero situational awareness. Zero ability to, I don't know how these people survived until this day. I don't know how they're alive with this thought process. I just don't know how they're alive. How have you survived with zero self-preservation skills? Like you have none. It's like negative 20. You know what it reminds me of? Like World of Warcraft, and you're in a battleground and you see like literally half the alliance or horde, depending on what you're on, all around one flag. And you Leroy Jenkins that shit. And then you act shocked when they all jump you and fuck you up. I'm like, bruh. You know what I'm gonna do? Or let's say you're like a level 30 and you scroll your mouse over a boss and it's got that little skull symbol. That means it's like a god in comparison to you, for those who don't play World of Warcraft. That means this boss is out of your league and you should not engage no matter what. Skirt and leave. That's all you have to do. Just fucking leave. This foe is beyond any of you. Run like it's a fucking Balrog of Morgoth. And these people are like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go fuck with federal agents. Like that chick that got shot, her girlfriend, it was not her wife, it was her girlfriend. Her girlfriend screamed, why didn't you have rubber bullets? Do you know why? Federal agents aren't riot control. So you're not at a protest. You're stalking federal agents, which is not a protest. It's not a protest. And then you're expecting them to be riot cops? ICE doesn't have rubber bullets. They don't deal with crowd control at protests. I like to be alive. So you guys know how I feel about the Somalian community and what they do to their women, which is barbaric. You are not going to see me jump on a plane and fly out to Minnesota holding signs calling their practices of their religion barbaric and telling them to get the F out. Because I value my life and my safety. Like, and you guys hear me. You know, I really believe that, you know, we should not welcome a culture that does this monstrosity to women. That it's the most abusive, most cringy, it's like Buffalo Billing their vagina. But you won't see me because I have like self-preservation. I'm like, oh, you know what? I probably would not be safe jumping into a community where they all believe this is good, including the women, and going off like a banshee. Like, that's probably not good for me. This is Love at First Lash microfiber mascara, by the way. And it's just like common sense. And I'm like, watching these videos of riots, that's what they are. And I'm watching women screaming. Well, hello, Fraser 442. And I'm watching people throw themselves on the hoods of law enforcement cars that are moving. I'm watching them smash open federal officers' cars. And when you listen to them screaming, like, they're not sane. These are not sane people. They are infected with rage. It's like 28 days later when the dude looks up and the blood drop comes down from the crow. And he's like, run, get out of here. Like, that's how they're acting in the streets. That's not sane. These people are not sane. And it's like a mass psychosis. I said the other day, it reminds me of Kingsman in the church, where like they flipped a switch and everyone was like, it was like a kill switch. Everyone just collectively loses their minds. Like, there's so many things I really believe in. And I don't know of anything that could make me behave that way in public, on camera, or just in general. I think it would take murdering my mother to snap my brain like that, like in front of me. It would take something so huge to make me behave like an actual rabid animal in the streets. So these protests with the whistles and the bullhorns, and listen to them. Again, it's like demonic possession. Listen to them. They'll be like a police officer or an ICE agent. They're like, I hate you. I hate you. And you're like, what the fuck? I've had epic crash outs, operations. Wow. You're going to compare anything that I've done in my life to throwing my body on a moving vehicle, clinging to the fucking hood, screaming to where my voice is going out. I hate you. Fuck you. Like for real? I'm sitting in a chair. I'm always sitting in this chair. When do I start jumping around like a monkey and smashing things? I don't even think I have that much energy at 43 years old. But it just, and I don't care what side you're on, whatever riot it is, where anyone's behaving that way. Why are they not in a mental institution? My impersonations of them are fucking hilarious. Go watch them. And I'm like, okay, let's just say, argument's sake, these are people I agree with. They're literally like moderates, light-leaning libertarians, super moderate conservatives, super moderate liberals, like almost in the middle, like someone that I completely believe in. And they're like, hey, the government's brainwashing us and we should stop them and all this stuff. And I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. And they're like, follow us as we go bleh, bleh, in the streets. And then we're going to jump on their hoods and then we're going to scream, I hate you. We want to end your lives. And I'd be like, no. Like, no, I don't want to be with you people. The way you're acting is fucking insane. Like, that's not a sane way of conducting yourselves. Even though we agree on everything, you're insane monkeys. Like, you're like a pack of baboons that got in a fight and all you hear is screaming and people losing their fucking minds. And I don't want to be anywhere near this. And that's why I'm like, how can anyone defend this shit? They're like, it's peaceful protest. I'm like, have you listened to these people? It sounds like that crazy guy that like walks down the street, vitamin C illuminating primer, screaming at voices you cannot hear. And what's scary is they're like tiny women's, right? Women, soccer moms. They're like teachers and shit. And they've been so radicalized that they think that behaving worse than a rabid coyote in the streets is somehow like beneficial to them, their cause, like what the fuck ever. And I'm just sitting here like, what is even, I have a little thing in my eye, sorry. Let's cry that out. I'm just like, what is even happening? How is this real life? Do you like my siren palette? I do. I'm an Avon lady, by the way. I sell Avon. I don't riot in the streets. I don't scream at authority. Okay. I hate Lindsey Graham. I mean, I really hate this guy. Every time I see him, like something happens to me where like my skin crawls and I feel sick and I hate him so much. Flames on the sides of my face, healing breaths, right? But I would never behave that way if I saw him. I would never do that. And I really don't like him. He's your rep. I'm so sorry, Brandy. He is such a terrible, awful Ladybugs, like the movie. But that's how I feel about Lindsey Graham. I feel that way about him. I feel that way about Nancy Pelosi too. I just really hate these people. But I just can't imagine, how do I prevent eyeliner from smearing and creeping down during the day? Well, not only do I use the multi-peptide eye primer on the tops of my eyes, this guy, but we have an under eye primer, right? That you can put under your eyes. Sorry. And this under eye primer will set in, it's our FMG Cashmere under eye primer, set in all your makeup so that it doesn't bleed everywhere. I'm so glad you asked this. And then, if I can find it, I'm so blind. It's just pathetic. I have too much product. Okay. Then I take the FMG makeup sealer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray just my eyes because I don't have makeup on my face. All right. And then we're going to fan the flames on the sides of my face. There we go. There we go. And now it shouldn't run all day. Should be amazing. Should just be sitting on my face being great. Under eye primer with peptides and eye primer with peptides on the top too. And that's how we do. I absolutely adored you growing up. It's so cool to interact now. Well, hello, The Living Well. And thank you for hanging out. I was your favorite top model. Oh, okay. Yes, you were on MySpace with me. Sweet. Sweet. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't understand when people are like, I support the protests going on, and then you watch the videos of these people acting like they have rabies. And I don't support people who go in the streets and behave as if they're rabid. I don't care if they're supporting things that I like. Like, that's fucking crazy. I'm like, when did this behavior become so normalized that people are like, yeah, I'm cool with people who do this. This is great. Okay. If the government was like, we're going to ban chocolate. I am beyond a sweet tooth. I'm obsessed with chocolate. Sometimes every day I think about chocolate like multitudes of times, right? I can't think of a cause that would make me want to protest more than the government saying no one can eat chocolate ever again. Now, I might make a sign and be like, chocolate helps my PMS. Fuck you. Fuck you. The chocolate helps my PMS. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, I might do that. But the person who wants to ban chocolate or does and takes it away from me, the actual person that destroys my life by taking away chocolate walks in front of me. I am not going to throw myself on their car and hold on to their hood while it's moving. I'm not going to be like, nah, nah, nah. Like, I'm not going to be, I'll be like, you're a dick. Kind of like that guy at the Ford plant the other day that said, you pedo protector to Trump. I'm sorry. It's funny. I think both sides of it are funny. I don't care if you like or hate Trump. There's something for everyone there. It's great. Only in America can you not get fired from your job even. He just got a suspension. That's really generous. I'd probably get fired from my job if I did something like that at a work convention, but it was still funny. But that guy clearly didn't like Trump. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't act like a psychopath, scream like a banshee, or throw himself on a Secret Service car as it was moving. He was just like, hey, you, fuck you. And then Trump was like, fuck you. And then I was over here like, this is funny. This is funny. Guys, check this out. This is my gift offer today. Codes CHILL150 or CHILL250. Spend $150 or more. Use CHILL150. You get a 2-piece, a new clinical set. Spend $250 in my store. Use the code CHILL250 and you get a whole bunch of a new clinical. And I love that they give you this fucking deep wrinkle corrector. I have my husband on that shit. I got fired yesterday, sort of, maybe, nobody quite knows. What the fuck does that mean, Russ? And I hope not. Unless you're like, fuck this job. I don't want this job. I'm an Avon lady, guys. I sell Avon. Today I'm wearing our Siren palette by FMG Glimmer. I think it looks beautiful. Here, get a nice close look. I have no makeup on my face except for vitamin C primer. AdrienneCurry.com is where you go to make me your Avon lady. I'd love to be your Avon lady. And this made me laugh. I saw this. Donald Trump vetoes exercise from his life. I can look at him and know that. I'm like, how is this even a story? Look at his body. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. You clearly don't work out. Like, I would not be like, oh, I'm really shocked. It really looked like the Don was hitting the weights. Like, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I mean, you've got Kennedy in there looking like he fucking, he pumps iron, he hits the weights, he does his thing. Donald Trump does not. What's your take on Dr. Verma not being able to answer if men can get pregnant? She knows she's lying. They know they're lying. They know they're not being honest. You can't become a woman. You can surgically enhance your body to mimic a woman. And that's just factual. And I'm sorry you're sad and you feel you need to do that to be happy in your life. But it's your life, and if that's what you have to do. So I have a transmission friend. I'm not going to say their name. I'll say their name. Sarah Higdon. You can follow them on Twitter. They're based as fuck. And she's like, I know I'm a biological male. And I've gotten some surgeries and stuff, and I do some stuff to try to, be what I feel like, but I know what I am. And I'm like, yeah, there, like, that's a sane take. But that's crazy. So yeah, when science starts doing that shit, I'm like, no. But yeah, Trump, we know you don't work out, bro. Just look at you. You didn't need to make that comment because we all already know. Now, I wanted to share this with you. I said I did not change. My party did.
This administration, the Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws.
They're abusing them. As he's saying, these people are abused and underpaid. And everyone's like, no, we want to keep abusing and underpaying people. Keep them here. Keep harming them. I'm like, I voted for him twice. Just so you know.
As president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker.
And that includes rich people in Beverly Hills hiring maids and shit. Sorry.
That has to change. They have to be held accountable. Start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States.
Legal immigrants. So when people are like, you've changed so much, I'm like, no. I was sitting there. Both my parents worked in factories, and they're like, oh, the illegals are taking our jobs, and they'll work 20 plus hours a day with no breaks for half of what we do. Even less than that, they're taking our jobs. Like, I was listening. I was listening to all the blue collar people growing up. I was like, this is bad. We don't want a whole bunch of slave labor coming here and taking all our jobs. So when Obama was like, I'm going to deport all of them, I was like, yes. What's happened? Who's going to clean our toilets, as Kelly Osbourne said? And the way people got mad at her, I'm like, she's literally telling you the truth of how they view these people. And everyone's mad at her for telling the truth. Why are you mad at her for telling the truth? It's just the truth. That's it. You don't understand of illegally immigrating. Oh, they don't want to be a citizen. So they get paid under the table and then they send it back to their families and they enrich their economy at home and their families at home, and they rob our system. That's the point. I saw this. I wanted to share this before I went. This is Kiefer Sutherland. He was arrested for allegedly telling an Uber driver, pull over or I'll kill you. I saw this in the news. I'm like, Kiefer Sutherland, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ah. Kiefer Sutherland was arrested for allegedly threatening an Uber driver who refused to pull over and let him out of the vehicle. Law enforcement tells TMZ Kiefer told police he was having dinner with a friend Sunday night. Late in the evening, he called for Uber Black. The driver arrived. Kiefer jumped in, and they were on their way to his home. For some reason, during the drive, Kiefer told the driver to pull over and let him out. Kiefer told cops the driver refused, and Kiefer twice more asked the driver to pull over to no avail. At some point, according to the Uber driver, Kiefer threatened to kill him if he didn't pull over. The driver who called 911 claims Kiefer assaulted the driver with his hands. Was he holding Kiefer Sutherland hostage? As for what dispute triggered the confrontation, it could be a language barrier. You think? Who cares if they don't speak English? You'll feel like you're kidnapped. They won't let you out of the car, and then you'll have to fight them and get arrested. Who cares if they don't speak English? Who cares if they don't understand the street signs? Who cares at all? In fact, why don't we have a bunch of men that in their country, they think it's fine to hold down women and take what they want from them and disrespect women? We need lots of them and have them drive women home. That's my suggestion. Somebody said all the charges should be dropped if he did it in the Jack Bauer voice. Dude, I called a customer service the other day, and the language barrier was so bad, I couldn't understand not a single word they were trying to say. I thought maybe I understood a hello, and I hung up on him. I'm like, this is never going to happen. I don't understand anything they're saying. It's not like I understand a quarter of what they're saying, and maybe we might get through this. It's nothing. When I flew to New York City for Avon, I got into an Uber, and I think I was telling the driver I need to pull over to get something before I got to the hotel. That's what it was. And the driver was like, no English. And he was driving crazy. And we were like blowing fucking stoplights. I'm like, he's got to be getting ticketed in this shit. There's cameras. Like, what? I was scared. It's not even a thick accent. He spoke no English, and I don't think he understood anything that was going on except for the map he was looking at and the arrows, his like GPS. That's it. I don't think he understood street names. I don't think he understood that I was going to a hotel, and I was scared. I did not feel safe. I'm like, this is not good. No. I hope everything works out for you too, Russ. Not say it was scary. Oh, I want to see her equestrian paradise. This is the last thing before I go. Kendall Jenner's $23 million mansion. Oh, yeah. Let's see if it has shitty taste on the inside. Okay, it's an equestrian place. So she rides horses all of a sudden. No pictures of the inside. Fuck off. $23 million. That would be awesome. I'd be so happy if I had $23 million. I'd be so happy if I won $100,000. I would be stoked. $50,000. I always play this game. I'm like, $20,000 would be life-changing for me. I'll take 20. Whatever. Guys, thank you for coming. I'm an Avon lady. I'd love to be your Avon lady. AdrianCurry.com if you'd like to shop with me. I don't really go on other people's podcasts, no. Most of the people who invite me on podcasts are scammers, so I just ignore them. That's what I do. Because I'm just an Avon lady. Like, nobody really gives a fuck about me anymore. And I'm happy with it. You know? I'm happy. So, remember, our codes for today, spend $150 or more in my Avon store, or $250 or more in my Avon store. Use the code CHILL150 for the 150, CHILL250 for the 250, and get a bunch of free shit. That's where it's at. Thank you, Creative Juice, for my gigantic emote. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you tune into my husband later on today. He is awesome and fun. And remember, no matter what cause you believe in, no matter what's going on, don't be fucking crazy. Don't be crazy, dude. That's all you got to do is not be crazy. That's all you got to do. All right. Love you guys.